Alright, a quick update on Bitcoin. So I will keep this video fairly short because, as you can imagine, if you look at this price candle here, basically nothing has really changed today. So I won't take up too much of your time. This video is mainly going to be focused on the news. So if we do come over to Forbes, you can see that Biden has announced another 1.5 trillion fiscal stimulus. This is quote unquote meant to last the rest of the year, which in my opinion is an absolute joke that they even say that. They don't believe that themselves. I imagine in the next 6 months we'll see another 1.5 trillion stimulus. So basically, apparently they're using, I love how this Forbes has highlighted they're spending 14 billion with Ukraine aid, and that's like the highlight. But you come down and see what they're really spending most of the money on, and they're spending most of it on military equipment, as they normally do. I mean, if you research how much the US spends a day on tank fuel or just fuel for their fighter jets and their army, it is ridiculous. So this 14 billion is really a drop in the bucket compared to why they are printing. I think they're looking for any excuse really to keep on printing. If we do come over to the Bitcoin price specifically, that is basically the news done. That is really what I wanted to focus on. Total crypto market cap, let's start with that because nothing's really going on. Nothing has changed. I mean, we're still below this 1.84 trillion, so I would be somewhat cautious about getting extremely very bullish on this. If we do come over to the SPX, the stock market is rallying, the Nasdaq is having a fairly decent rally today, and the SPY, which is the stock market ETF, is also rallying. But do bear in mind, we still do have this steep resistance. We have had these times where we have massive rallies, we do run into resistance and we fall off the table. Dollar having a slight correction, but really nothing to focus on. I mean, we are in a massive uptrend, so I mean, I'd be doing the dollar a disservice if I said it's going a bit down today. The dollar is extremely bullish. Like, look at this pattern. I mean, we're miles above the 200-day. We were in this ascending channel and we literally shattered the roof of it. We probably just back tested it, and I imagine in the next few weeks, this could continue rallying and Bitcoin could be on the sore end of it. So all in all, if you've been watching my videos, I've been saying in the very short term we do need to break 40,000. Specifically this kind of orange line, anywhere between this 0.5, which is around about the 39.5, and the psychological level of 40,000 is what I really need to see break in the short term. In the macro term, mid-term, I've been talking about, if you've been watching my channel, that is, I have been talking about I will not be bullish on Bitcoin in the macro, or specifically the midterm. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin in the macro term, but in the next couple of months I can't be bullish on Bitcoin until we do break above the 46,000. So that does not mean I'm not buying Bitcoin on spot. I am buying Bitcoin on spot basically on a weekly basis, multiple times a week really, but specifically for me to be longing, I need to see a break above this 46,000. I imagine if we have a rally, push above 46 and a back test, I would be so happy to long here. I think we would have a massive rally up. We can start talking about the price targets of that in the long term, but just to remind you once again, we are still kind of stuck below this this macro trend line. We hopped above this first one, which has now turned green, but we have done this before as well. We've hopped above it, had a massive rally, topped out in this region, broke above this, rallied up to the top of this, broke down, and once again, it looks like we could potentially be coming up to this red trend line. But all in all, the macro level that I'm looking at is 46,000. Once we break 46, we have broken macro bullish again. Do bear in mind, in the very macro term, we're above the 0.5 and we're miles above the 618. So technically, macro term is extremely bullish for Bitcoin, but for me to be longing, 46,000 needs to break. Until 46,000 breaks, I will not be longing. And like I say, on the flip side, if we do start coming down in the next few days, if we break below 37,000, I would be pretty bearish on Bitcoin, at least in the short term. So that is really all I see on Bitcoin. If we do look at the Bitcoin shorts as well, this is really a nice sight to be seen. Bitcoin shorts have fallen off the table. This is exactly what we want to see. We never broke above the top of this this red box here. So I mean, Bitcoin is really 50-50 right now, which is why I'm saying, personally, I'm not longing Bitcoin until we do break 46,000. I think if we broke 46, we'd have a massive rally on our hands. Until we do break 46, literally nothing's changed in the macro terms. So that is all I want to talk about for Bitcoin today. I don't want to take up any more of your time. If you are holding it, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion on the market. And you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.